With everything going on in our day-to-day lives, from jobs to stress to kids and more, it is vital to keep the passion alive in our special relationships. I want to know what you're doing. So tell me down below in the show notes and stay tuned while we talk about this topic. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Entrepreneur Insider. I'm your host and the founder of the Black Entrepreneurs Network, Tia Robertson. So as you know, each week I bring featured entrepreneurs to you that you should know about, support their business, and share within your communities. And today is no exceptions. But the one thing we haven't talked about yet is how to keep those personal relationships burning while you are building your brand and your empire. I'm super excited to introduce you to someone that's going to help you with that. She has a package of products that can help you, services, date nights, vacations that she can help you plan. Her name is Jessica, and she is the owner of Thoughtless, Thoughtful Gifts. What a name. So stay tuned to this featured interview and learn all about Jessica and how she can help you reignite or even create that spark. Hey everyone, I am super excited to introduce you to this week's featured entrepreneur. If you need some ideas to bring back the spark or maybe just create a new spark in your relationships, this is the woman that you need to know. She's going to tell you all about that and more. Her name is Jessica Featherson, and she's a passionate and driven entrepreneur dedicated to supporting those in her community. She's also a lover of nature, research, and adventure. So sounds exciting. She loves traveling and spending time with her daughters, Imani and Isabella, whenever she's not busy with her flourishing date night company. And the name of that company is Thoughtless, Thoughtful Gifts. Welcome, Jessica. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. So, before we learn all about you and your amazing company, I'd like to ask you what inspires you to keep going when business isn't working out the way you want it, right? Or you're having a rough day. What's your why?
I definitely say my two girls for sure, in reference to wanting to leave a legacy as well as provide an example of what you should do and how you are supposed to keep going through those times. And I'd also say my community. I'm a really big community advocate. Supporting the underdog is a really big thing for me. So, knowing that every step closer I am to my goals is a step closer I am to helping someone else with theirs.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. That is an amazing why. Very inspirational. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So tell us about your company. When did you start it? Why did you start it? And what services do you offer?
Okay. So I officially started in June 2021, and I actually started due to the pandemic. Like a lot of people, the pandemic threw life off for me. I'm a mom of two. It shut down schools and I was in a cleaning business. So I was
Right.
cleaning and there were so many different, especially at that time, they didn't have all the vaccines or everything in place. They were just trying to figure it out. So I needed to make a transition to something there I could be more available to my girls and I could be at home. There was no schools, there was no other option but to take care of them.
Absolutely.
Right. And I'm cleaning. So I had to make some adjustments. So I actually moved into something where I love research, I love planning, I love helping people. So I started with my date night boxes where I actually create date nights in a box and I send you and your partner whatever it is that you need, or you and your children, because we do not only romantic date nights in a box, but mommy and me date, parent and me, daddy and me, so that we're including everyone in the family. And then thankfully, as society has got back or closer to normal, shall I say, we've implemented the date night services as well as date night setup. So we can plan a date A to Z, from picking location to activities to restaurant to figuring out what's good on the menu, what drinks they recommend, to music, to sending flowers. I do it all. And then I set up dates as well. So if you're looking for someone to come in and create a romantic scene, I am your lady.
Definitely. Oh, I love that service offering, excuse me. It's very unique. And I don't know anyone else that does that, right? Like, I mean, I don't know if you have competition, but if you do, like they cannot be anything close to you. But I haven't even heard of any competition. So that's an amazing business. Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
it's amazing how the pandemic really sparked people's, passions, right? And what we're good at. So I'm glad that worked out. Okay, so and let me just actually clarify because I wasn't really sure when I looked at your website. Do you actually help people find dates as well, or do they have to bring at least a date or a partner or a child or like some person with a relationship?
So as of right now, I just create the dates. I don't help them find the dates. However, that is a partnership that I'm looking for. So if there is someone in that market who would love to connect, I definitely would love to create that partnership, because I don't want to just offer dates to couples. If you're a bachelor or if you're a bachelorette and you're busy and you just don't have the time to put those things into place, then I'm here for you as well.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. And I love that you're open to strategic partnerships. I always encourage and let everyone know that they can be mutually beneficial. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure with using your services, that has to help people out. Like that guy who is like kind of dating this girl. But he's like, I don't want to remain a bachelor. I want to let her know I'm serious. So he probably is like, probably one of your ideal customers.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, speaking of, ideal customers and audience, who is your target audience? So for example, someone watching this video, if they're single, would they say that they would be someone in your target audience? I know you mentioned moms, so would it kind of be anyone that is looking to create a special experience, or do you have like a specific type of person that would most benefit?
So, in reference to my target audience, I am completely open in reference to whether you are single or in a relationship. However, I am really targeting busy professionals, those who just don't have a lot of time. You're very consumed with your work life or being a parent. You just really don't have the time, and you are looking for someone to come in and take this off of your plate. It's something that you are actively doing, and you are in a position to want this service.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, perfect. Yeah, definitely beneficial and save me some time, right? Because it takes a lot of, like you said, research and planning to
Right.
get this done. So definitely understand. Okay, walk us through the process of working with you. So, for example, I'm someone that is interested in planning a date night, or I may be someone that's interested in maybe purchasing one of your box. Is the process the same, or is there like a different process to work with you for either service?
Okay, great question. So the process is pretty much the same. You would go onto the website, select which service it is that you need, make your payment. Then I would reach out to you. I'm really good in reference to reaching out. It never takes me more than a day. So I'll reach back out to you, let you know, or I'll send you between 3 to 7 questions that you will answer. That allows me to know exactly what you're looking for, time frame, what type of weather, and what you guys are into. And then within 48 hours, I will actually send you back some ideas that my team and I have worked on in reference to the date nights or in reference to your box. Once we have agreed on what it is that you want, and when it is that you want it, we will go ahead and make the arrangements needed so that you can experience your date. So if it is a date night planning service, you'll let me know, okay, I'm looking for this, or I want a mix of these two. And then I'll come back and say, okay, this is what I've got. As long as you're okay with this, then we can move forward. And I'll make all reservations, purchase any tickets you need, send any flowers, anything along those lines. And then in reference to the date box, I'll come to you and say, hey, this is the ideas I have. What do you like? You'll say, I like this, or I want a mix of these. And then I'll say, okay, here's the box. And then you say, okay, this is what I want. And we go ahead and send it out to you.
Oh, love it. Oh my God. It seems like so simple to work with you. Oh my goodness. Everyone
Yeah.
has to do it. Okay. So, do I have to be located in a specific part of the country, like a state, or do you offer your services to anybody, no matter where they live? And then what about globally? Do you offer your services internationally as well?
Yes, so we absolutely work with everyone, regardless of where you're at. In reference to globally, I am also open to that. I haven't had any international customers, so if you'd like to be my first, then
Mhm.
I'm definitely willing to take that journey with you. But in reference to our services, we offer them everywhere. The only service that takes a little bit more time in reference to turnaround and scheduling is when we come and we actually decorate the area for you, because we need to be there and we need to make sure that we can be present and available the time that you need. But everything else, other than that, it's a 24 to 30, 48-hour time frame, just because it's supposed to be convenient. It's not supposed to be a lot of questions. It's not supposed to take a lot of effort on your part. It's really supposed to be me and my team that does the research, that figures it out and gets everything together so you can say, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay, perfect. Oh, I love that. As you were talking, I was thinking like, oh, I know someone in India and she's always looking for stuff to do with her husband. I'm like, I'm gonna recommend you to her to
Yeah.
see. And of course, you can't go there and decorate, but you can definitely send her a box, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then
Absolutely.
like even people like on cruise ships, like I know a lot of times people, they go out and like to the dollar store or something and they buy like banners, but it would be great if they bought your box. They just take your service, that everything you've prepared for them with them on the cruise and they can decorate themselves, but you've pretty much done all the work. So I love this idea. Okay. Um,
Thank you.
I love how you mentioned customer service and the importance of providing a positive experience because unfortunately, especially in 2022 and kind of a microwave society, as they kind of call it, customer service isn't always the top of priority to a lot of businesses.
Right.
When your potential customers and clients or past customers and clients think of you and your business, what's one word they would use to describe the experience of working with you and your team?
Available. I
Ooh,
pride myself on being available whenever you need me, however you need me. This is supposed to be a benefit to your life. It's supposed to be something that makes your life less stressful. If you're in a tough spot in your relationship where you need to bring some joy, no matter why you're asking me to come into your world, I want to leave it just a little bit better. So I make sure that I'm always available.
I love it. Okay, perfect. Tell us, Jessica, how did you come up with the name of your business?
So it's a bit long, I know, but it incorporates what it really is about. It is supposed to be a completely thoughtless experience on your end. You don't have to do any planning, you don't have to do any real work, but every moment that you share should be thoughtful. It should be meaningful and it should be everlasting. So I want it to be completely thoughtless, yet completely thoughtful.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so it's funny that I love your story, but in my head, I was like, oh, maybe their service is for people that are thoughtless and they forgot about like their partner. And they were like, we're going to give you something thoughtful to make up for the fact that, you forgot your thing. So I like your story way better than the one in my head.
We did
Um,
that too.
Right, because you always hear these stories about, especially, men, I forgot our anniversary or,
Right.
we don't date each other anymore. And women are kind of guilty of that too. I don't want to offend any of the men out there,
No.
but I love that. Okay, perfect. All
But
right, so
we
go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, we can actually help with that. If you're someone who forgets anniversaries, you can reach out to me and let me know, hey, this is my anniversary. And we can actually create a subscription, shall I say, to where I'll reach out and we'll start working on your anniversary a little bit before. So I will be your reminder and I'll still plan it. So if you're in that position, I'm here to really and truly make love less complicated. It doesn't have to be that complicated, no matter who you love, and no matter how you're trying to express that love.
Yeah, I love that. That is another amazing benefit. Yeah, because a lot of times people forget, even birthdays, right? Like people forget. So I
Right.
love that offering. Okay. Um, so I imagine that people that don't put energy into keeping like the passion in their relationship, whether it's a date night or remembering, to have like a mommy son time or things of that nature, can end up with some less than ideal situations in their relationships. But people that actually use your services to, to date each other, to spend time together, to decorate spaces for each other, have amazing success in their relationships and in bonding. Can you tell us about a success story? Now, of course, you don't have to tell us like any names, but someone that used your services that was really excited, or maybe I don't know, like if it put a spark in their life or it gave them some new ideas, but any success story that you'd like to share with us.
So, yes, when I was first getting started, I had it was someone that I didn't know. They found me online and they were looking to bring their partner into self care more in reference to pampering. And they reached out, and that's kind of what she told me. I want them to get more in self care and pampering. And I
Ah,
put together a self care box and a just spa box. And
okay.
she reached back and she was so thankful and she was saying how much fun they had. And I also like to make sure that all of our boxes can be used more than once. So she was just surprised and a bit overwhelmed by all of the stuff that I packed inside. So I really enjoy that when people reach back and they talk about how much fun they had or how surprised they were, and the ability to really get the most out of the experience.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Jessica, that is a great success story. Thank you for sharing it because, yeah, most of the time, like I know personally when we met and you told me what you do, that was my first thought, right? Dating. And then when I looked at your website, I saw you did so much more, but I never really would think about like spa and self care because that is really taking care of another person and even myself. So I love that. Thank you. Okay. um, when people visit your website, they have the option to subscribe to your mailing list. So I definitely, and I'm going to post your website down below. But when you answer this question, you're welcome to tell us the website as well. For those people that learn, of course, better through audio. But when people subscribe to your mailing list, what type of content should they expect to receive from you when they get emails?
So, in reference to our newsletter, you can expect date night ideas, you can expect quizzes.
Hmm.
I'm also wanting to move in. So, again, collaboration, if anyone sees this, actually being able to post some local events in your area so that you can kind of click on your state and figure out what's going on in your area for couples and families. Because research does show that a lot of couples with children, they date with their children. So we really want to make sure that everyone feels very included in this process.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that is a really great idea. Again, I don't, and not that I've seen know everything out there, but I've seen a lot and I haven't seen anything like that, Jessica. So that's a great idea. A very good
Thank
idea.
you.
That's why you're in business though, right? And that's why your business is successful because you are obviously the queen of good ideas. Okay. All right.
Thank
So
you so much.
you're welcome. Okay. So I know we met at a networking event. Besides networking, and it's great. I applaud you for um, understanding the importance of networking and building relationships as part of your marketing strategy. Is there another strategy that you use to attract potential clients and let them know about your services?
So I have done advertising,
Okay.
and I have gotten some traction through advertising. I'm also really learning still social media and building my following on social media. However, to be honest, I really have to say networking and word of mouth is genuinely the best source of building your business. It genuinely is making that connection. People want to know who you are, what your story is, and why you're doing it. So, really getting out there and getting to know people is the best way to build your business. Even politicians do it. You know, getting out there and meeting the people is how you build your business and your brand.
Absolutely, definitely. And I loved, some of the testimonials and things you have on your site because, you're building relationships with people, but you're also getting positive, responses to share with people as well. Speaking of social media, and I'm glad you mentioned that because, of course, a lot of people think like social media is the only marketing. And I'm like, no, there's so much more, including advertising and networking. What social media platforms are you on? And again, we'll share your social media URLs down in the notes.
Okay.
But if you want to let us know what platform you're on and how we can find you on social media.
Yes. So, Thoughtless, Thoughtful Gifts on Facebook, Instagram. I'm new to Twitter. On Twitter, we're actually T Yet T. So, the letter T, yet the letter T. But on Facebook and Instagram, just type in Thoughtless, Thoughtful Gifts and you will find us. Oh, and on TikTok as well.
Okay, perfect. Do you have any upcoming, like any promotions or events or upcoming like webinars or anything like that that you like to share with us?
So it is still very, very new, but I am wanting to do a um, couples event, shall I say. I'm
Yeah.
wanting to do it closer to October in reference to getting together because I want to connect with the charity. I'm wanting to do domestic violence. And I'm pretty sure that Domestic Violence Month is October. So that's when I'm wanting to do the event. Wanting to put together a game night. Also, I'm looking for some individuals with great experience on relationships to come in and kind of talk to some of the other couples. So if you can't tell, I love networking, I love connecting. So I'm going to keep trying to connect with different people any chance that I get.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally applaud you for that. Okay. And then can you tell us, I noticed on your website you have a homeless care package program. Can you tell us a little bit
Yes.
about that?
Yes, absolutely. So, in reference to my homeless care packages, it is a care package that I created and I actually hand out to the homeless population in my community. The care packages include toothpaste, toothbrush, body wash, deodorant, washcloth, snacks, and then anything else that I can find to throw in there. The reason for it is I've always grown up being very aware of other people and what it is that they're going through and making sure that I do my part. My mother's always been very involved in the community, adopting a family around the holidays, making sure to give whenever she can. So that's something that I have just grown up with. And it's something that I am truly passionate about. So being able to provide that service is something that's really, really important to me. And then many other things, but yes, that is something that I'm very passionate about. I always, and I feel like one of my favorite quotes is, "We are blessed not in order to enjoy it, but in order to help others." And I truly believe that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that quote and I agree with it as well. All right. Thank you, Jessica. All
Thank
right.
you.
So, one last question for you before we wrap up. What advice would you give someone, particularly a person of color, about running a business?
This is something that I have had to really learn, and it's still hard sometimes, but the best advice that I was given and I would give is get used to rejection. Everyone is not going to like you. Everyone is not going to say yes. And if you can hear no and not let it affect you or your momentum, you're going to be just fine.
Ah, that is an amazing piece of advice. So yes, I wholeheartedly thank you for that advice and think it's an amazing advice for everyone that's out there that's listening. All right. Well, Jessica, thank you so much for allowing me to feature you this week. I encourage everyone that's watching this program, if you need boxes, if you need ideas, if you want to learn more about Jessica, then definitely reach out to her. All of her information will be posted down in the show notes, but definitely like, follow, subscribe. Social media is totally free. So do all those things to share her with your community. So Jessica, thank you so much for spending this time with me today.
I'd just like to thank you so much for this opportunity. It was such a pleasure sitting down and speaking with you. And again, my name is Jessica Featherson, and I'm the founder and owner of Thoughtless, Thoughtful Gifts, your favorite date night company.
Are you ready to start planning your special date night? Be sure to contact Jessica today. All of her information is posted down below in the show notes. I'd love to feature you or feature your business in an upcoming episode. To be interviewed or to sponsor an episode, be sure to email me at info@theblackentrepreneursnetwork.com. As always, this show is brought to you in partnership with Relationship Entertainment Television. Check out their full line of positive and engaging programming. If you haven't already subscribed to their YouTube channel, hit that red button at the bottom right now, and hit the bell so you can be notified when future episodes of this show, Entrepreneur Insider, premiere every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Did you know RETV is also on Roku, streaming 24/7 on Facebook and their website, www.re-tv.net. Wow, you have got to go check them out on all of those streaming platforms, as well as share them with your community. Until next time, don't forget, be great. Peace.
Tune in to Millionaire Man Cave, only on Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
This is Tyron
and Nicole with your weekly RATV news break. Each Thursday at 12 noon Eastern, we'll come to you with the latest news, trends, and more with a positive spin.
We know there's a lot of positive news that doesn't get reported, but we want to give you the opportunity to share your story here on RATV. If you have a positive news story you want us to share, you can submit your story to news@re-tv.net.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. Download the new RATV Live app on your mobile device and follow Relationship Entertainment Television on your favorite social media platform.
Don't forget, make sure you tune in to the RATV News Break each Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, be blessed and be great.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demita Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topics. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demetra Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
Hey, it's your girl Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Right here on RETV every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.